25 seconds away.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nomas podcast fight series, the only show where we step into the ring, break down the octagon, and dive deep into the world of combat sports. From explosive knockouts to breaking news in boxing and the UFC, we've got it all covered. So grab your gloves, tighten your wraps, and get ready for another fight night reaction you won't forget.
Hoy no más.
And we are freaking live. Welcome back to Hoy Nomas podcast fight series. This is going to be our second live, and we have once again Mr. Frank Barajas joining us on the second episode. Frank,
what up? Actually, a lot to talk about, man.
Man, I think everybody got it wrong away from this past weekend's performances.
You know what? There was a lot of shocking moments this past weekend.
Yeah, man. From my point of view, I think it was going to be one of those. I was super hyped for this event, right? Just one, for the spectacle of being out in Times Square, like live. For anybody that's out there in Times Square, had a visibility to see the ring, to see the fights. It was something completely new, and honestly, the boxers didn't perform.
Well, for Fridays, I saw a lot of things I didn't like. Definitely, that's one thing. They definitely getting all this money and they're not doing what they need to be doing. You know?
Yeah. And what exactly? Let's go ahead and talk about from the, I guess, from being in Times Square. Do you think that itself had an impact into the actual event itself?
Yeah, I think so. Because even watching all the little things, right? Like from them, like walking into like the ring and like driving up and stuff, I felt like it was just too much going on, right? Yeah. And you could tell that everything was like not going according to plan. That's how I seen it, right? Everything was rushed. Yeah. They were late. They didn't know where to go.
Yeah,
it was unorganized, bro.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. Everything looked super awkward. Everything from the ring walks, from just the event itself, and I'm glad you pointed that out, because that was the first thing that I saw, that everybody was lost. Like nobody knew what the heck was going on.
Yeah, no, like I seen that from like the first fight. They were walking up, they drove up. The driving up was just in that itself was just, it was I don't know, it was just a lot waste of time.
Right.
And then from them, when they got out, to say, okay, you got to walk this way, instead of making it simple. Hey, you know what? Just straight shot and you're good to go, you know?
Right. Before we actually get started, I'd like to say, and I'd like to give a shout out to people that actually join in and actually drop a comment. First person here, I see Julie Cakes, Julian. I also see Cynthia here in the chat. So if there's anybody else that joins into the live, feel free to drop a comment so I can give you guys a little shout out. Also, I do have a hotline that if at one point towards the end of the video, if you guys want to give your take, anything that we might have missed in the live, in this podcast live, feel free to call into this number. Towards the end, we'll give our take and we'll go towards everything that we saw. And feel free to call into this number, but we'll leave it towards the end if anybody is interested in calling in. But yeah, so I'm glad you pointed that out about the whole vibe of being weird. So I actually saw this post on TikTok, and they caught exactly everything that we're talking about. So I'll go ahead and play the video right now and see what you think. Check it out.
There was something really strange about the way Ryan Garcia was walking and looking around like he was. And it wasn't only him, it was also Rolly Romero. Same look in their eyes, as if they were concerned for something major. Something that couldn't be explained just by anybody that was not privy to whatever that situation that was going on between not just those two fighters, but everybody involved. And I understand
Are you able to hear everything good?
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay, so I caught that when I was watching the event live. I was able to capture that everybody's face looked off. Way it almost seemed like they were worried for something. For I don't know if it was just because like they were like not in an actual arena, but they were out in public, out in the street. Like you said, the riding. Ryan Garcia was riding a freaking Batmobile to the stage.
Yeah, I seen that.
Freaking weird way. So let's finish this, and I want to hear your takeaway.
Nervousness before a fight. Ryan Garcia hasn't fought in a year. Rolly just came off to a terrible loss that kind of put him in a depressive state. And if you follow Rolly Romero on TikTok, you know that he was pretty much depressed for quite a bit of time. But this right here, this has nothing to do with that, at least in my opinion. Even after the fight, Rolly Romero had this look of regret, of shame that he couldn't live with what he just done for some reason. As if
So I saw that when
I saw
actually
that too.
when Rolly won, he wasn't even excited. Way
Like he didn't get like he felt like he wasn't able to celebrate.
he was almost like ashamed of winning. It seemed like at least.
Well, the thing is too, because I seen another one where Devin Haney's dad saying like, "Hey, they're canceling the face off."
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, you didn't hear
Orale.
about that one?
Nah, what the heck?
Yeah,
So
like there's video and they're saying like, "Oh, like they're canceling our face off for the second fight," so
yeah.
they canceled it just because he lost.
Oh shoot. So okay, so I don't want to get into conspiracies, pero you know how Rolly Romero's like I think he was like negative 1,000 like in the betting odds,
Mm.
and it just so happens that he like made a huge upset. So not sure if there was any mano escondida ahí, güey, this day just for things to
You
happen.
never know, bro. It could mean maybe. I just feel like they just weren't warmed up and ready to go, right? Because wherever they had them in the hotel, they had to do it there, and then you got to drive to the ring.
Right,
So just in that, it's just a wasting time. You're cooling down, right?
big time.
And then it's New York. It's cold as hell over there.
Yeah, and we talked about that the weather might take an impact or make an
Yeah,
impact into the fighter's performance as well.
yeah.
But it
So
doesn't help that they're I guess the way they were carrying themselves on the walkthroughs and their performance freaking was super off as well.
it was the only one I thought Teofimo Lopez was probably with the best fight.
Agree. So let's finish watching this video and see if there's anything more that we see, and then if not, we'll just continue this.
he did something that he should not ever have agreed with, and I don't know what that is, but something happened before the Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero fight.
Yeah, so pretty much, I guess this guy was saying that everything looked off, and I agree with it. I thought I was the only one that caught that. Right then, I'm like, what the heck?
Mm.
Why did they look so weirded out? But
I think a lot of people caught it, bro.
yeah,
Because like we said, all thought like Rolly went to go lose. We thought he was gonna lose. Like he was gonna get
yeah,
knocked out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. We thought they had put
So
him there just so Ryan can get like a
yeah,
little warm up.
get the win and get it going. But he changed whatever plan they had.
Yeah.
He switched it all up now.
Big time, big time. So we'll go
Yeah,
ahead and get into that. We'll save that one. How that possibly ruined the Ryan versus Haney.
yeah.
But we'll get into that. So I agree. The walkouts from the start, it was super weird. But like you mentioned right now, the only performance that of the night, to my point of view, and you can give me your take on it. Teofimo Lopez is a freaking artist, bro. He's
He looked
freak.
amazing.
Oh, bro, the way he moves, everything was just like he was creating a masterpiece out like in the ring, bro.
Yeah, yeah. No, he boxed. He did what he had to do.
Yeah,
You know,
you uh huh.
he was throwing his shots, the right shots. He wasn't wasting punches, and it looked good.
Yeah,
Get in, get out.
I
No, he
think you
did
had
good.
mentioned something like that. If we saw that version of Teofimo Lopez, he's probably gonna be
That that's the version I was talking about.
right. So I
You know
think
what I
that
mean?
Teofimo Lopez is quite unstoppable, bro.
I think he will at 140. I think he'll do good. You know what I mean? I think he can still fight a couple of the guys that were on that show. I mean, just to get fights going. But nah, I think he definitely was trying to sell the fight, so he was acting all crazy. But he looked amazing, dude. His jab was on point, his movement, defense, offense was good.
Yeah,
He got caught a couple times, but he it didn't affect him.
bro, Barbosa didn't do anything towards him.
He couldn't do anything. He couldn't do anything, bro. And I thought he was. I mean, he was talking like he was gonna do something, right? And I was like, okay, it's gonna be a good fight. But Teofimo was just too quick, and then that counters, he couldn't get his shots off.
Okay, so you as a trainer, bro, what would you have done different for Barbosa against Teofimo Lopez?
Man, I would have just told him, just you know what, just cut
Rush
him
his
off,
ass.
just go forward. Yeah, just rush, come in,
Right.
right? Just stay tight, coming in, and just work off it.
I think that's key, being close, because from a distance, it's hard to catch him.
Yeah, I think he had to cut the distance a little bit to get in there, and then kind of bait him in, and then counter him, right? And then just kind of throw some shots off of that, and then when he moves, just throw some white shots, right? But I mean, I don't know. I mean, he didn't throw. He was too quick.
Because obviously, Teofimo Lopez, he's stoppable. Obviously, who was the one that dropped him? It was Cambosos.
Oh, combosses, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously he's stoppable unless he just Teofimo Lopez wasn't at his best that night.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. But I feel, I mean, going back to Cambosa, I think he had a couple good moments where he came in hard and was throwing boom, boom, quick, quick. But it's just that his exit was not enough because Teofimo was countering him right away.
Right. Yeah.
So it made him kind of guess, like, okay, should I not in or should I come in or not? So he was just like, yeah, to me, he survived though. He was just surviving.
I agree, bro. I agree.
Yeah.
And the way that he was just flowing in the ring, Teofimo was just creating a masterpiece of boxing, bro. Like he was playing with him there.
Yeah, nah, Teofimo was having fun, man, and
Yeah, he was.
and that's a and that's. I mean, that alone could have been the main event. That should have been the main event, to be honest with you.
I agree.
But
And I think you
you know,
mentioned that also, that with Teofimo Lopez, not only did he perform, but he sold
yeah,
the whole event prior to the actual event taking place.
yeah, yeah, the whole talking shit and all. You know what I mean? And it's true that you want to sell it, right? Everybody, it feels like you said, we don't want to get into like, oh, it might be this, might be that, but like everybody was just quiet. Nobody wanted to talk shit.
Bro, even that was weird. Even
You
even
know what I mean?
even the build up to the show, everybody wasn't really saying much. The only one that was actually speaking up was Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, man. I don't know. It's weird. It's kind of like everywhere right now. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I feel like Teofimo Lopez was the only one that came out and he looked normal. Like nothing was wrong with him.
Right. I agree. Like if everybody would have came out like Teofimo Lopez just doing their thing, like nothing would have been questionable. But yeah, that wasn't it. Teofimo Lopez was the
Yeah.
only one that performed like if nothing, like maybe
Yeah.
he just adapted to like being in the spotlight, but everybody else has been in the spotlight in pay-per-views.
Yeah. Well, everybody there is a main event fighter. Like everybody there that they've main evented shows, right? Like
Right.
cards and stuff. So it's nothing that where they gotta be like, oh, I'm nervous, right? They've been there, done that. It's
Agree.
just like I just feel overall the show was trash.
Big
I wasn't happy.
Big time. The way I like to say, Teofimo Lopez almost reminded me of a new generation of ¿cómo se llama el Maromero Páez?
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, the way that he moves out there, he's
I can see
freaking.
that. Yeah,
I think I saw
not because he's quick, he's slick. He does, he has fun in there.
big time.
And
Yeah,
dude,
he's having. He's
he looked good, man. Out like that was probably one of the fights this weekend where I was like, okay, I was like not falling asleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And especially being,
So
I think, like the one of the first fights of the event. I think there was a fight prior to that one, but one of the main
yeah,
fights that's he. Yeah, he for sure took the show. I have a little clip of a little bit of showcasing what Teofimo Lopez was doing. Check it out. He was doing the Muhammad Ali shuffle.
or the shuffle,
Yeah.
He looks this good. I don't know if there's anybody that can beat him. Certainly can't count him out. Ooh.
Right there.
Yeah. So let me see if I can play it in once more.
He looks this good. I don't know if there's anybody that can beat him. Certainly
Right
can't
after the
count him
shuffle,
out.
he caught him with uppercut. Shuffle, slid, pow, caught him.
Yeah, crazy, bro. He was just out there doing his thing, bro, just freaking dancing.
Yeah. No, he does good. And Teofimo, like I said, it depends what Teofimo shows up, right?
Yeah.
We didn't know which one it was, but good thing it was like the good one, the focus Teofimo Lopez.
Oh yeah. If he stays in this way of performing, yeah, he's gonna kill it out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he did good. And then I saw like this is one thing. This it's still this fight, right? His corner was unorganized, bro. I don't know if you noticed it.
Teofimos?
Yeah.
I saw that, bro. I saw the frustration even with his pops.
Yeah, like his dad fell, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, bro, like maybe that's just me, right? Like me when like coaching and when I take my pro fighter, the first one up in the ring is the chief second, which would be the dad, right?
Right.
Everybody else follows behind. But it looked like the other guy, I guess it was Logan Paul's coach, bro. That's who was helping him.
Hmm.
He went up there like if he wanted to take the like if he was somebody special
What the
and getting in the way. And he was telling him, watch out, like get out my way, get out my way. You know what I mean? I did like and that's how it works. You guys come second, everybody else, like, let me get in and we'll figure it out.
right.
But dude, like they were in the way, like they couldn't figure out. They dropped the water. Dude, it was horrible. Whoever was in his corner, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and there's been a lot of speculations and a lot of talks that Teofimo should be dropping his dad from being his main trainer.
I think his dad's good. I mean, look where it got him now, right?
Yeah, true.
I mean, I just feel it was everybody else behind him that made it that day, like, that Friday, where it made it too much going on for no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's only when it comes down to it, and when it comes down to it, there should only be one person in the corner talking, and that's it.
I
Right?
agree. Yeah.
Once the chief second says, "Hey, anybody got something to say?" Then go ahead. But everybody there was like trying to tell him shit, and like, dude, like, there's no need for everybody to be talking. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Like you guys have done everything in the training. Let the main person, the main trainer, take lead
Yeah.
and pass on the information being pulled
Yeah.
for the fighting. I agree.
Yeah. So that's one thing that it bugged me watching it because I was just like, all right, let's see what stupid shit they're gonna be doing, right? Like the dad's pissed off and he just can't get in there and do what he needs to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody else is in the way. But other than that, like, they were able to like figure it out and they got the win. They look good.
Yeah. All right. So moving along to the next fight, Haney versus Ramirez. Let's talk about a little bit briefly on what we thought was going to happen from the first episode we did. What was our thought process prior to the actual event taking place?
I called it.
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna run. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. I called it. I knew he was gonna run. What can you do when they're running, bro?
Okay, bro. But Haney was running. I think he's just so freaking scared of getting dropped again, bro, that he's just so worried to get caught.
And you know what? And that's funny because in the first 2 rounds, bro, I told my boy Eric, I said, "Hey, dude, look how he look. He's so scared. Like he's like moving so much.
Yes.
Like he was
yes.
jittery, right?
Big time.
And he was like touching, like it was weird, like he was scared to throw.
Big
Like he
time.
was like his time, like he just looked off. It didn't look right.
Yeah, even the commentators, they were saying something along the lines that he still had. Fuck, I forgot what the term they were saying in the commenting, like while they were commentating. But they were saying that he still had like the past trauma from Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, like trauma. Yeah,
Yeah,
like he had
yeah.
trauma from Ryan Garcia.
And honestly, even though I'm pretty sure he sparred with a lot of different boxers out there, but to actually get there in the ring, there's a lot of anxiety just to
Yeah.
think about like, oh shoot, I'm gonna get dropped again, and my whole career.
Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, one, the way they came in, that's already one thing on your plate.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of New York or whatever, and it's just dude, that fight was just horrible, man. I feel bad. Like Ramirez wasn't able to do anything.
Bro, Ramirez didn't look good at all, bro. Honestly, this is my point of view, right? He looked I know I don't know him personally. I know you've seen him like in person and
Yeah.
training and all that. But me personally, he almost looked clumsy and flat-footed. That he like I didn't see a lot of movement in his footwork
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing, bro. Like, that's what you get with somebody that wants to run, bro. That's what you get with somebody that runs, and it's hard to like plant yourself and like throw a punch, right? Or
True,
like,
true.
because Ramirez is the type of fighter to come forward and like brawl, right?
Yeah,
So when you're boxing them, like you're just gonna get what you can't hit, move and go, hit, move and go. You know what I mean? Like, and he couldn't. I mean, he was cutting them off, but he was too fast. Kept
right.
moving.
I
You
agree.
can't like. I heard Robert say you can't do nothing about that when they're running so much.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Just quick shout out to Arlene. Thank you for joining into the live. Appreciate you.
Shout out, shout out.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree, bro. But honestly, I wasn't impressed with Ramirez's performance at all. Even
Yeah,
after the fight, I think there's been so many memes out there of how the fight went. Like they were saying that it was more of a freaking dance. I have
yeah.
one of them there. I'll play it real quick. So for the people that didn't watch it, this is pretty much how the Haney versus Ramirez fight went. That's a whole fight right there.
Yeah, see, there's no. You gave that's one punch.
Yeah, look, freaking hardly any punches thrown, bro. Look at that. That pretty much sums up the
Two,
whole fight
three.
itself. And look at the caption. Boxing is so back. Like yeah, like and we'll get into that too. Like it's just yeah. This weekend was supposed to be a spectacle of an event, and it was
Yeah.
the total opposite, bro.
And now, and the thing is, they had. I think it was a record for the least thrown punches in a fight.
Bro, I was gonna say that. So, what was it? That fight or the Canelo fight?
It was that fight.
This fight, Haney versus Ramirez, was the least
Yeah,
punches thrown.
yeah,
Insane way.
yeah.
Wow. And while I was watching that, me right, I don't know how rich. What's his name? Turkey. What's his name? With Turkey Al-Sheikh.
Turkey ass.
Algo, whatever his name is, I almost felt bad on how much money he's dropping and to see that type of performances in boxing because he's trying to do something good for the boxing community. But then
Right.
yet again, you see these type of events playing out. Like I would be pissed, bro.
I think when you're paying these fighters so much money like that, right?
Yeah,
You expect them, like you said, to perform, to show. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think they just it was a heist, bro.
yeah, big time.
It was a heist, and they robbed that bank and took everything in that.
Yeah, I agree. So actually, I have a clip of Tim Bradley almost talking about this weekend's performance. I'll play it out and see if you agree with this real quick. Let me play the audio. Sorry about that.
Everybody is spoiled. Fighters on there, they don't have the passion, bro. They don't have the desire, bro, at all. Everybody is spoiled nowadays. These fighters are all spoiled. And it's all to y'all man that y'all love. All to y'all owe it to y'all man that y'all love. All those guys out there, all the people that love this man.
That
Y'all
man
to
being
them.
Turkey Al-Sheikh?
I ain't say nothing.
Okay.
I ain't say no names, but I'm just saying, spoiling these guys, man. These guys are making way too much money, and I get it. They all say, "Oh, wait, oh, money, bro." To get that, those type of performances, bro. Come on, bro. No passion, no drive, no hunger. Fighters are whack.
Yeah,
Straight up whack.
Big time.
All of them, straight trash, whack. I was horrible to watch yesterday, man. I was so angry, man, and you can still see I'm still angry about it because I'm like, oh, that wasn't no boxing event. That wasn't a boxing event last night, man.
Oh.
That was quote unquote entertainment. That was the only thing that was attached to that. Entertainment. But no boxing event. That wasn't no real boxing event. Who the fuck shows up in a car, bro?
Yeah.
And that's what I want to
Who
ask
does
you.
that, bro?
The whole event was just bizarre. It seemed like
It
went from
was.
the no fans being there, no
All the
regular
Okay,
above.
so
media
Exactly,
being there.
bro.
so
Because
that
it was a
agree,
flag.
right? So I agree when he says that was more of an event rather than actually being a boxing, um, I guess, sports spectacle. Spectacle. It was because they were more, trying to flaunt the cars, trying to flaunt like, um, what is it, Times Square. But in reality, keep it simple and have your boxers perform out there.
I mean, I agree. I agree with what you're saying. I agree with Timothy Bradley says because it's true, bro. Love it or hate it, it was they're spoiled, bro. The only one I can't say that wasn't Teofimo Lopez.
Uh,
He went in there and worked for his money.
agree,
He showed
agree.
out.
Yeah.
The last two fights, like I mean, let's say maybe Ramirez could have done. He maybe could have done more. Maybe who knows? But then again, I mean, Devin Hay was he was just trying to survive. Like it was just weird, you know.
Big time. Big
But
time.
they're definitely they're definitely spoiled, bro. Because and I could like you know say it because like with my pro fighter, he's not making near close to what they're making like that. You know what I mean? And they're out here putting in work and they're giving better fights than that.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I can
You
imagine.
know what I mean? You got these fighters over here making 1,000 to 4,000, and they're giving better fights than this, and they're going in there and really want to fighting to show out. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like it's like Devin Haney went in there thinking, oh, I'm gonna just box and move, not trying to get hit
Yeah.
at all.
And keep in mind, he's supposed to be like the top of the top, Devin Haney, right? And with that type of performance,
Yeah.
man, I feel like this event just
And the funny thing, I think Mayweather was more of a fucking brawler than fucking Devin Haney, and Mayweather was running like crazy.
yeah.
Mayweather would throw more punches than what Devin Haney did this past Friday.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So check it out. So it says Isaiah, the event was nasty. Even Theo did okay. It wasn't like, oh shit, amazing performance. I kind of disagree with that. I feel like Delfimo, like he showed out. He was doing his thing. He performed. Obviously, he didn't like drop him or anything like that.
Yeah.
But the way he was performing, I think Delfimo Lopez, he did really really good.
Yeah, like I get I get it what he was saying,
Okay.
but give it to Teal that he made it look easy.
If
That's what made it look the way it looked because he made it look so easy.
yeah, and if
And
it wasn't for
he said it plenty of times.
and if it wasn't for Teofimo Lopez, oh man, everything would have been
If it wasn't for him, I think Teofimo Lopez carried that whole damn show. To
big
be honest
time.
with you.
So one last comment from Isaiah, the freaking little dude Turkey overpaying the shit out of these fighters for what
Yep.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They overdo. I saw some videos of what they were making, bro.
How much were they making, bro?
Broly made about what 3.3 million or something like that. Ryan Garcia was making over like what was it 8 million, almost 10 or something like that, a little bit more.
Bro, for a
then
sparring match.
Devin Haney was making around the same plus sales and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They're
That's
making these guys were making millions, bro. Millions. Top fighters that are champions are not even making close to millions right now.
yeah, that's the thing, bro. Like I feel like Turkey, he's trying to do something good for boxing, but the actual boxers are ruining it. But the only thing is, unless there's something in the back end that's the reason why they're not performing.
I mean, I don't want to say much, right? Because my fighter, there's something that might happen soon where we might be working with them.
Okay.
But I'll say this, right? If they're gonna pay you more than 1 or 2, 3 mil, you better go out there and show out,
Right.
regardless of what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like if I had my fighter go out there, hey, dude, you getting 3 mil, you're set for life or whatever. Let's go out there and do what it is. You know what I mean? Like
Right. Yeah.
show out because you want to look good, and then come back again, and you can make another 3 mil, 4 mil, 5 mil.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I agree. And actually, this comment I strongly agree with. If I was Turkey, I would put in the contract must engage to get paid. That was honestly a sparring match. Yeah, exactly. That was a sparring match in Times Square. And actually, even the freaking, and we haven't touched base on Canelo's fight, but even the referee was telling Canelo and I forgot his name,
Yeah,
Cole, like,
engage.
hey, you guys have to freaking engage. You guys need a freaking
Yeah,
box. I
yeah.
thought,
I
mhm.
seen something up there saying that like they should at least have in the contract where they got to engage at least 50% of the fight.
Oh yeah,
But it's just that's it's a hard one to say. Like if they tell us like, hey, you got to go in there, and you gotta knock the guy out,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Everybody has a game plan,
yeah,
but it's just I
bro.
think it's just too much money, bro. It's
Bro,
too much money you paying these motherfuckers.
bro, I think towards the end of the Canelo fight, and I don't want to jump the Ryan Garcia one just yet, but there was a point that after the Canelo fight and Skull fight ended, Turkey got the mic, right, and he was actually going to present the belt, the new belt, but I thought he was going to get in the mic and be like, "Nani madres, like you guys need a fucking box."
Oh, you guys ain't getting paid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Honestly, I was like, if I was him, like, I just spent so many freaking millions, like, nani
Yeah,
madres, échenle chingazos.
yeah, dude. He spent so much money and for Friday and Saturday, dude. And look what he got back. Nothing. Horrible. It was horrible.
Big time, bro. Big time. I got somebody else that Eric here, Team 9298 is in the building. Shout out to Coach Barajas, aka Perrito. Wow, wow. And it's always Team
What up?
fucking Palma all day, every day. Yes, sir. Shout out Team Palma.
Yeah, it's my boy right there, Eric.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, they need to do something because this weekend just ruined it for so many people. I think there were so many people that were hyped just like ourselves. I think I haven't been this hyped since this past weekend, and honestly,
Yeah.
now freaking like I don't know what to expect now from the Canelo fight against Crawford. Now I'm like, it better not be
Man,
like this, bro.
I'm gonna say this: if you want to see some fighting, some boxing, 360 promotion, bro. I'm telling you,
Hmm.
when my fighter fights there, it's dude. Those are fights.
Yeah.
Those are guys that really want to show out, and
Yeah.
they're not even getting paid like how these guys are getting paid.
Oh yeah, that's the thing because people that are in the come up, they're hungry, bro. These guys, like we
Yeah,
just watched, Tim Bradley mentioned, these guys are spoiled now, bro. They're getting
yeah,
millions for sparring matches.
yeah. And it's just like I mean, Teofimo is I mean it was for what title? And the thing is with that one, he made it look easy, right? So we know that it was an easy fight for him, right? The other guy didn't know what to do. Then we go into the Ramirez. It was a marathon. Like dude was just running the whole time. Like you can't do nothing with that, bro. How you gonna make a fight out of somebody running? You
Yeah,
know what I mean? You could do what you can, try to cut him off, and then he stops and moves. It was hard.
yeah,
Maybe Ramirez should have just committed a couple times, but it's just Devin Haney's fast, bro.
yeah. And we'll get into the last fight, which was Ryan Garcia against Rolly. Your initial thoughts when they were coming in, what were you expecting? I know we kind of talked about that Ryan was going to take it. Did you still have the same mentality while you were watching it live?
Um, yeah, I still thought I mean shit. I guessed this one wrong for sure, real bad.
Same. I think
Um,
everybody did, bro.
I was going off of Rolly's last performances, right?
Bro, we talked about this. That older guy freaking was rocking him.
Yeah, yeah,
Pitbull Cruz, Tank Davis, todos, way.
yeah. But I don't know, man. Like and like maybe I had a little thought in the back of the head because Rolly was quiet, bro. He wasn't saying much. He was sticking to himself. Doesn't talk. Wasn't really talking shit or whatever, and just kind of saying he kept it to a minimum, right?
Okay, okay, that's interesting.
And dude, he looked good, man. Like he definitely his defense. He was keeping that right hand tight. Wasn't was not gonna let that motherfucker drop. He was not gonna get hit with that left.
Bro, he looks solid, bro. He looks solid. Like he
Yeah,
looked
and then
freaking a lot bulkier and ripped.
I mean he just outworked Ryan, man. Like, and he caught him in the second round.
Yeah.
And yeah, he gave it to him, man. I was shocked. I was at the gym. It was funny because I was watching at my boy Eric's house,
Yeah.
and then I had to leave because I had to train the kids, and I had it on the phone. We're just watching the phone, And like I walked away, and next you know, boom, they're like all screaming, "Oh, he just dropped Ryan!" We're like, "Oh, what the hell?" And we're all like watching a little phone, like, "Oh, like they caught him with a nice little left hook."
Bro, at that time, at that exact moment, I'm like, okay, fight is gonna turn up. I thought, okay, we're gonna see the same thing that happened. I think who was it, Lomachenko that he fight? Ryan Garcia, that when he got knocked,
Oh, when he got dropped, it was
he got knocked down once, and then
the what the I forgot his name.
yeah, he got knocked down once, and then after that
Yeah,
he turned it up, and he ended up
he,
freaking like
yeah, he dropped him.
yeah. So I'm like,
Knocked him out.
okay, now the fight is starting now, right? I was super
Yeah.
hyped, and then I was like, what the heck happened?
Like there was no no tenía ganas. Like he just like he knew he made the money,
Yeah,
and he just went in there like whatever. Like it is what it is,
yeah,
right? And I mean, yeah, maybe it did. You mean you had that ring rust and all that, but that's why you train, right? That's why you stay in the ring ready to go, and you get sharp, right? But like when you're in the ring, obviously at that level, I mean, you're used to that spotlight, bro. To me, like I feel like I'm trying to make an excuse for him, but like there's nothing you can make an excuse for
you're
him, right?
yeah. At that point, you're a professional, bro.
Yeah, because that's his lifestyle. That's what you do every day. You're in front of the cameras and all that. So
yeah,
he just, I feel that he just wasn't. He really didn't care. He wasn't disciplined enough.
yeah,
Um, he just got paid. He
yeah,
got paid, and then Rolly just took advantage of it, man.
yeah.
And I heard, I don't know where I heard it from, and they said it came down to the coaches.
Really? Nah.
Dude, Rolly's coach Salas,
Yeah.
badass, bro. He's bad.
Mm.
And then yeah, it was just bad, bro.
Yeah.
It was just no ganas, man. Ryan Garcia has never won a world title
Yeah.
or anything close to it,
Yeah.
and they're praising him for this much for no reason, bro.
I
Like,
agree. Yeah, I agree. It's just that he's a showman, bro. Like he knows how to sell the fights. He knows how to do everything. But you can tell he got exposed right now. If Rolly was able to drop him
no,
just like
dude,
that,
and Rolly, like you gotta look, and it goes past more of just who they are right now. Rolly never had a really big amateur background.
nope.
Never had no national titles or anything like that.
But he
Ryan was the opposite.
right. But he knows how to sell the fights. He's funny. He knows how to be
Right,
comfortable in the
right.
camera.
But my thing, what I'm saying is, Ryan's been doing this. He's been fighting for a long time. Broly barely started. Like he hasn't been really doing it for that long.
Yeah.
If you look it up,
Yeah.
and then for somebody that come on, it just shows you who really wants it.
Yeah. True. True. I have the knockdown of Rolly dropping Ryan. Let's go ahead and check that out for the people that missed it or haven't watched it. So right there. And that was actually the all the action that we got from that fight itself right there.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah. After that, he was.
That's it. And after that, I honestly thought he was gonna turn it up from there. Not like, and it wasn't nothing too impressive. But something that I did notice, Ryan has always left his chin up. He's always left his
Always.
chin up, and he just
But if you look at that clip again,
uh-huh.
he had him at the angle where he was off balance, so he was gonna land it and he was gonna go down regardless.
All right, let me go ahead and play real quick.
Right there.
Oh
See?
yeah,
He was
yeah,
on
yeah.
that
He
angle.
was already like falling down, huh?
Yeah, look, Ryan. Well, go a little bit before that.
Let me see.
He was right there.
Oh yeah,
See?
yeah, yeah,
He's at the angle, so he had Ryan standing up square.
yeah, yeah,
No, he was in the perfect position to drop him.
yeah, yeah. He was already kind of tipping over, but yeah,
Yeah, because it wasn't like I would say more like a flash knockdown, right? Like he just like, oh shoot, caught me, went down.
right.
Because he wasn't hurt.
Yeah, he wasn't hurt. He just caught him while he was like already tipping over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I mean, Rolly won the title, world champion again.
Yep. So somebody here, Baraja's one of the best coaches in San Diego and the OCC, and tell him when he wants chew him, and I can go fight in the UK. I'll move to SD if it goes down. If it goes down to it. Okay, hell yeah. So somebody's
Shout
trying
out,
to get
brother.
in.
Shout out.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, so my boys from the OC, Coach
Nice, and that's
Chewy.
the main reason why I wanted to do this with Frank. Frank, freaking, for the people that don't know, Frank is he trains almost on a daily basis or every day, right? You're training,
Yeah, full time.
yeah, full time, and you freaking not only do you train boxers, but you freaking live and breathe boxing, bro. So I wanted to have you on, and that's why. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you taking the time and
Now, anytime, man. I
oh yeah.
mean, like I said, like the first one, I like doing this stuff, so
Yeah, hell yeah.
it's
I've
fun.
seen a couple people be joining in and out, bro. Whoever's in, man, like this freaking video, man. Do it for Frank. Do it
Do
for
it for
Frank.
me,
You guys have
all my
stuff.
people. Hey,
Yeah, man. Do it for
give some
Frank.
love, man. Give
I
some
know you
love.
guys showed out. We're planning to doing this more often, and like I said, if anybody wants to go ahead and call in, I do have the call-in number that you guys are more than welcome, either to say what's up to Frank, to myself, or give your perspective on any of these fights in case we miss something. Um,
Yeah.
but let us know in the comment section if you guys like to call. That way, I can be expecting your call before we end this. I think we have one last fight, which was the Canelo fight to talk about. Um,
Well, there's. I mean, I saw it, but you didn't get to see it. The Sunday show, the Top Rank,
yeah.
but
Okay.
we'll
Yeah.
we'll talk a little bit about it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Let's go ahead and do that. So, okay, Canelo fight in against Skull. Your thoughts?
That, I mean, I never horrible, man. No punches, nothing. Another Devin Haney threw more. That's all I'm gonna say.
And that's the thing. I could have sworn it was a Canelo fight against Skull that got the record for the least amount of.
Was it them or was it?
I think I can look it up, but yeah, I could have
It could
sworn.
have been maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah, you're right.
or
Yeah, I
if
think it was that one.
yeah, or if somebody in the comment section can look it up and let me know, let us know whether if that one was actually breaking the record of the least amount of punches thrown in this fight. But yeah, it was super bad. Similar to the Devin Haney fight against Ramirez. It was very very similar.
Yeah.
But you know what they say, that everybody expected Skull to do that type of Cuban fighter, to be running, trying to avoid to get hit. But has there was there anything that Canelo could have done, you being a trainer, to actually provoke a fight from Skull?
No, because I think he was committed to doing what he was doing the whole time.
Mm,
He was gonna just jab, throw 1-2, maybe 1-2 hook, and get out and move right away.
mm,
He was gonna just try to survive and just outbox him and keep Canelo at a bay. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, I'd never seen the guy fight, so I didn't expect. I didn't know what to expect, right? But I think maybe if he would have engaged a little bit more, maybe Skull would have looked a little better.
Yeah.
Because Canelo wasn't throwing anything either.
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was I don't know. I think Canelo could have done more. It's hard, right? Because when you're chasing after somebody, you also don't want to like go out there and lose your
Yeah.
freaking balance. But at the same time, so many people flew out there to support Canelo.
Yeah.
Man, at least take some chances, bro.
Yeah, and but then again, Canelo was being cautious too, because there was times that he went in
The
and
counter
Skull was
punch.
throwing some the counter shots from yeah.
I saw that. I saw that. But at that point, bro, like, I don't know, show out for your people, no?
Yeah,
Or
but you mean it's just like Canelo fights guys. He likes, like he said, he likes to fight guys that bring the fight to him,
right.
right? So when
'Cause
you box him like that, he doesn't really doesn't like it, right? That's why he doesn't fight them.
you know what? You're right, because Canelo is usually the counter puncher.
Yep.
He waits for the other boxers to come at him, and that's when he takes advantage. So I feel like
Yeah.
it was kind of like conflicting to his fighting style. You know how they say that fighting makes styles make fights.
Yeah. And definitely like he was saying, like it takes two to tango, right? So if you got like one running the whole damn time and you think you're gonna like expect to make a fight happen just by yourself, it's not. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
But I feel it was just, and I seen a lot of comments, a lot of things saying like, it was just a little fight for him to get ready for
for
Terrence
Crawford.
Crawford.
Yeah. So I have this little clip where when they're saying that Canelo had the worst fight of his career.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. So let me play the little audio. Right there. So at that point, Canelo's complaining to Skull like, "Hey, Cabrón, like, man, like you freaking ran the whole fight." You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah, I think I seen a video where they were putting like they typed on there saying like what he was saying. And he was basically telling like, how do you expect to win a fight just running?
yeah, yeah,
And then supposedly, I don't know, the other guy Skull was talking about like, oh, I just wanted to,
yeah.
I wanted to just do my thing.
He was just happy that he was surviving, bro. All 12 rounds.
Yeah, well, he didn't. Well, he fucking didn't call. He didn't get caught with nothing.
Yeah,
At one point, I thought he was gonna go down because Canelo did get him to the body.
yeah. He
And
was
there was
all he was.
times where I was like, "Oh, this is it." But nah, he.
Yeah, and I check out what the commentator said.
And Skull just touched Canelo more there than he did the entire fight.
I don't. Yeah, were you able to catch that? Yeah, that he said. And yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and that was true, man. Freaking fight was. Oh man, it was trash, bro. And
It was honestly, bro, definitely the worst fight he's had.
yeah,
But then again, like, what was the other fight? When he fought Lara,
yeah.
very similar, but Lara was more. He would engage more than this guy.
Yeah. Yep. And we're gonna get into this, but I see Juanito here that says Sunday fights were all amazing. Co-main event and main event that a Mexican dude showed some heart and even dropped in
Yeah.
around round 2. Am I saying his
Yep,
name right?
and-
You know it. Okay. So yeah, I didn't really catch that, but I guess Frank can speak on that right now. But
Yeah.
here's a clip of Canelo saying that he's sorry of his performance, and check it out.
Es una disculpa de mi parte, obviamente de mi parte quise dar toda una buena pelea para ustedes, pero pues al final como siempre lo he dicho, ¿no? Para una buena pelea se necesitan dos.
Muy lejos de casa, pero al final una victoria importantísima. Ahora los modos, las maneras, sabíamos que corríamos este riesgo, Saúl.
No, la verdad que fue más de lo que pensé obviamente como les decía al principio de la pelea iba a ser complicado porque iba a correr, pero al final de cuentas se preparó muy bien para correr toda la pelea.
Hubieran dicho y en lugar de puños te hubieras ido
Pues sí, me hubiera ido a la pista nomás, ¿no? Todo el día ahí estar haciendo sprints. No, la verdad que obviamente un mal sabor de boca de mi parte, quería obviamente que fuera de otra manera esta pelea, pero al final de cuentas ganamos, es lo importante.
Sin duda alguna, decía él, para mí el boxeo ganó, el boxeo es ganar y que pegar y que no te
Yeah,
peguen.
but not like that.
Es difícil, ¿no? Cuando el espectáculo.
Es
no
lo que
puede.
le dije, así no puedes ganar una pelea, y me dice, no, discúlpame campeón, obviamente es mi primera pelea, por eso estaba nervioso y quería dar una buena pelea, le dije, así no ganas peleas.
Oye, para
Final de
cerrar el tema de William Skull, hombre prevenido vale por dos. Salió con un tema de santería y demás, pero sabíamos que había un hilito rojo, me di cuenta de un hilito rojo ahí en la pierna. Mira.
Si te fijas en todas mis peleas siempre traigo un hilito rojo.
Oh shit, I
entonces,
didn't know that.
pues ya es cábula o cábala, no sé cómo se le cábala,
Yeah, I keep one too.
siempre lo
Nice.
traigo, no era por
Like
eso,
that.
al final de cuentas. todo
Por
bien.
aquello de no te entumas. Oye, se viene Crawford, un reto que esperamos
Yeah,
sea
bro.
distinto.
I don't know. Like,
But you know what? But dude, before the fight, before they get, I'm sure they've watched this guy fight before, right?
true.
So don't you think that like they would have known that's what he was gonna do?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, for me, like if I watch video and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see what he's gonna do. If he's running, running, like okay, I get it, but like you should have known that's what he was gonna do.
Yeah.
Like if he would have fought like Teofimo Lopez, hit, move, run, box, and then come back, engage, and then get out and move. Okay, then I believe it. Then you're doing your thing.
Right.
But this guy just ran. It was it was boring. I wasn't like it was a waste of time.
But I
The
think
whole card was horrible.
yeah, it was. I think you had mentioned that was his mandatory, was it?
Yeah, I think that was his mandatory, so he had to fight him, right? Or some I think so, yeah, he had to fight him.
But then also Canelo really chooses his opponents though. You know, like he can choose, he can pick and choose now though. Or
Yeah,
what?
but I think that guy, I think Skull had a title. so that's why he took it. Because now he became, was it 2 time, 3 time undisputed in that weight class?
Oh, okay. I mean, if that's the case and he's gaining another belt, so be it. He got the belt, I guess. But
Right.
even a lot of people are saying like, oh, okay, because you know how Canelo was saying that, oh, well, unfortunately, this is how these fighters fight, and he's that type of runner, and I can't control any of that. But then a lot of people
Yeah.
are saying, okay, but we know somebody that's ready to fight you, and it's not going to be running, which is Benavides. But yet again, you're
Yeah.
not trying to fight him. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I like Canelo. I like Canelo a lot. But then at the same
Yeah.
time, it's just like when you're giving this type of performance, bro, you have to make it up for the people that support you.
Yeah. But like, I think at the end of the day, that fight was just kind of like get him busy, get him a little fight moving around, and like we saw at the end, it was just for Crawford.
Yeah, yeah, and how this clip, it's I think it's kind of funny because they're saying that obviously, like you said, they announced the Crawford versus Canelo fight in September. That one, I really hope we don't get disappointed, bro. And we'll do a follow up with that one. We'll talk about
Yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Maybe we'll go live on that day.
But something that I caught is that, and I saw this video too, is that this guy Turkey's paying these boxers so much money, and check out what he's doing with the boxers. Way.
I can't be the only one that saw Turkey Al-Sheikh hold Crawford's hand like if he was a baby taking him to his first day of school. Crawford looked like, what the fuck? Look at his face like...
You can tell he was embarrassed. Like, look at him. You can tell he's embarrassed. Like, fuck,
Yeah,
me está agarrando la mano.
That thing was live too.
Le está agarrando la mano.
Oh, the
le está agarrando la mano, but he's getting paid so much that he's probably like,
hand like if he was a baby taking him to his first day of school. Crawford looked like, what the fuck? Look at his face. Like,
yeah, he was like, yeah, what the heck?
Oh, the Canelo fight wasn't all that, man. But moments like these, the little things like this to me was worth the $100 I spent to watch this shit. And then Crawford looks down like, what, man? What am I getting into, man?
Yeah, and you know, because honestly, yeah, these fighters are getting paid so much, bro, that even Canelo called him Nino. I don't know if you caught that. He's like, "Oh my."
Yeah, I heard him say, "Yeah."
Like, I mean, you're getting paid so much. I guess
you're gonna say whatever you want to call him, man. Yeah. But like I said, like Timothy Bradley said, bro. I mean, I understand Canelo, right? He's at that point where he could do what he wants and get paid, right? But like everything that comes down behind that, bro, like these guys are getting paid way too much to not perform.
Yeah.
How they need to, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because Ryan's made less money to like everybody else on that card, and everybody else has made less money and gave better fights than what they did this past weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And something I didn't watch was yesterday's fights. I didn't get to watch him, but you were saying that was probably like one of the best performances out of this whole weekend, right?
Dude, they Top Rank show took over like the whole weekend, bro.
Yeah.
From the main event, from Emiliano Vargas fighting was a good fight. Art Barrera, dude, like every fight on there was better than any fight on Friday and Saturday, bro.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Really. So I don't know if I pulled this comment up already, but it says Sunday fights for all of missing co-main event and main event that a Mexican dude showed some heart, even dropped in. Okay, I think I did pull this one up before.
Yeah.
Isaiah said, nasty work. If they allow Canelo to fight Bud for all the belts, there are other people at 168 who deserve a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Bud deserves that. I think he just wants to get a payday, to be honest.
Who else would be at 168 who would be deserving? Would that be Benavides or Benavides is at a different weight class?
I think Benavides deserves it more than Bud.
Yeah.
Because Bud Crawford,
I agree.
Bud Crawford fights at 147, 154.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna go up 2-3 weight classes to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
You're trying to get paid, regardless if you think you're gonna win or not. You're just trying to get paid.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that because obviously there's more of a probability that Crawford is going to lose because he's going up 2 different weight classes.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, he could fight. Let's say he could fight Berlanga again. He could fight the other Charlo brother. He could fight Benavides if you want to set that up.
Yeah.
He could fight the one that fought Benavides recently. He could fight that guy too.
Yeah, true.
There's a lot more other guys, you know what I mean? But it's just like I don't see why he needs to fight Bud. Like, why would that make sense to me? It doesn't.
Yeah. Who's Rafael Espinosa? Is he another?
Oh, Rafael Espinosa, he's a 126 champion, bro.
Okay.
That dude, he fought yesterday too on the top rank. That fight was back and forth, bro. They were getting down. I
Oh,
think he stopped him in like the 8th round or something like that. He
oh,
won.
okay. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Espinosa.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Yeah. Okay. So we're almost close to the 1 hour mark. Anything else that we have missed, Frank, or that you wanted to touch base on, or if anybody here in the chat?
Nah, I think just like Timothy Bradley said, yeah, Benavides had, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. What else? What were we gonna say?
I think what we all learned from this weekend is that there's a reason why these people get paid a certain amount of money to perform, right?
Right.
You got young kids are coming up that don't get paid nothing.
Yeah.
And they give you better fights than what we saw this weekend.
I agree. Big.
So I feel this. I don't know, man. Maybe it just should have been in an arena instead of doing it outside.
Yeah.
Friday was just a shit show.
Yeah, big time. I was strongly disappointed. I think I'm gonna go back and watch the highlights and all the different fights from last night because I missed those, all of them actually. So I'm gonna go back and watch them.
I just got a text from my boy. Hey, shout out to Ricky, my assistant coach.
Nice. Shout out to Ricky. And once again, shout out to Frank, man. Thank you for taking the time, bro. I know you just got out from training. If you guys, whoever's here still in the chat, I think there's 11 people still here. This is something new that I'm implementing to the channel. I want to be more, I'm calling it the fight series, any combat sports, whether it's UFC or boxing. And of course, if Frank wants to be part of this, like reacting to upcoming fights and then the recap of the fights, maybe even actually watch the fights while we're watching them live. Just let them know that you guys enjoyed it, and that way we can continue doing this. I want to continue doing this more often. I really enjoy freaking the combat sports, boxing and UFC, all of that. So if you guys enjoyed it, if you guys like Frank, let him know. Like after this live, shoot him a message, DM. And let him know that you guys enjoyed this. That way he can get encouraged to continue coming on.
Yeah, now, man, regardless if they didn't like me on here, I could be the one they want to hate on. I'm cool with it. I could be like Timothy Bradley. Talk all this smack and still be here in front of their faces.
Yeah.
Because they're still watching at the end of the day.
Right. Okay. And once again, and from my end, I do mostly podcasts. I do a podcast every Wednesday. We any random topics we do from ayahuasca, from people's life stories, maybe trending topics. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m. I drop a new podcast. Sundays I've been doing lives on which we do similar interaction, but it's mostly relating to conspiracy theories, to trending topics, but we interact. There's times when people call into this hotline, but the fighting series is going to be based on just specifically boxing and UFC and anything related to that. And of course, I'm going to continue bringing Frank on because honestly, you're the man. At least when it comes down to here in San Diego, I don't know anybody else that is doing it like you, bro.
We could definitely continue it, bro. And with time, we could definitely bring some other people on too, some fighters.
Oh yeah, that'll be dope. Hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
sounds good. Any final words, bro?
Hey man, top rank took it this Sunday, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
And Timothy Bradley was on it.
Yeah, and Barajas got that boy Palma sharp, yes sir. All right.
Oh yeah, my pro, Adam Palma.
Cool. Well, I just want to say that thank you to anybody that showed up to the chat and was part of this live. Thank you guys. Thank you for taking the time as well. If you don't have any final words, I think this is it. I think we're about to hit that 1 hour mark right now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds good, man. Thank you for everybody coming in, friends and family. We'll see you soon.
Later.